Browns owner Jimmy Haslam says drafting rookie QB Shedeur Sanders in 5th round was GM's decision. Berea, Ohio, AP. Blame him for plenty, but Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam said he's not directly responsible for a recent high-profile draft pick. While his influence is undeniable, Haslam said Tuesday that he didn't force general manager Andrew Berry to take rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders in April. Cleveland, which has been in a never-ending search for a franchise QB, selected Sanders in the 5th round, 2 rounds after taking Oregon quarterback Dillon Gabriel. The surprising choice, Sanders had been expected to go as high as number 2 overall, and the Browns passed on him 6 times. Fueled speculation that Haslam, known for a hands-on approach during his tenure and captured on camera sitting in the draft room on day 3 when the pick was announced, had orchestrated the move. Not true, Haslam said. Listen, we have good process, Haslam said as he and wife, Dee, held their annual training camp media briefing. If you'd have told me Friday night, day 2, driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would have said, that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning and we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. The additions of Sanders and Gabriel along with the acquisition of Kenny Pickett and re-signing of free agent Joe Flacco has created a 4-man QB competition this summer. That's a rarity in the NFL, but almost par for the course for the Browns, who are coming off a 3-14 season. The Haslam's tenure since 2012 has been awash with losing, off-field issues and controversies, most notably the signing of quarterback Deshaun Watson to a record-setting contract. Because of injuries and Watson's league suspension in 2022, that deal has set the franchise back for years, leading to the team's current QB uncertainty. Haslam poked fun of himself when asked what he's learned as an owner. It doesn't look like very much, he quipped. So far, Haslam has been pleased with what he's seen in Sanders, the former Colorado standout who began camp 4th on the depth chart, and Gabriel. I'll say this, for the 2 quarterbacks coming in, and I know everybody has a vision of Shedeur, Haslam said. But he's come in the building, worked hard, kept his head down and done what he's supposed to do as has Dillon, which is no surprise for either of them. Browns falling short. The recent arrest of rookie running back Quinton Judkins in Florida has brought added scrutiny to the Browns. Judkins is the 3rd Cleveland player arrested in the past year on domestic violence charges, and the Haslams acknowledge the team needs to do more. It's extremely frustrating, Jimmy Haslam said. Obviously we're not communicating as well as we should and we take responsibility for that. We have internal resources. We have external resources. We talk about it continually and it's something that we need to do a better job on. But it is frustrating. Judkins, a 2nd-round pick out of Ohio State, remains unsigned and away from the team while dealing with his legal issues. Haslam said he's cautiously optimistic that Judkins will sign and play at some point. He also faces league discipline. Arch madness. Cleveland's quarterback crisis has led to assumptions that this season is lost and the Browns already are pointing toward taking Texas star Arch Manning in 2026. The Haslams are close with Hall of Famer Peyton Manning, Arch's uncle. That relationship has led to rumors the younger Manning could land in Cleveland, which has 2 first-round picks next year. If you know the Manning family, I would bet that, and I don't know Arch at all, I would bet he stays in college 2 years, Haslam said. So, I don't even really think that's worth discussing. Dome Sweet Dome. Despite an ugly tug-of-war with Cleveland and Cuyahoga County officials, the Browns expect to break ground early next year on a new, $2.4 billion domed stadium in Brook Park, Ohio. Jimmy Haslam is 99.9% certain the team will leave its current lakefront home when its lease expires after the 2028 season. The Browns will move into their new digs the following year. It's kind of a front door to Cleveland when you look at it, D. Haslam said. When you land at the airport or when you drive in, you're going to be passing by that development. It's going to be the only one in Ohio. It's really one of the few dome stadiums on the East Coast. So we're incredibly optimistic and excited. When Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam stood before the media after day 3 of the NFL draft, reporters expected the usual boilerplate responses, comments about value picks, depth additions, and developmental talent. But then he dropped a line that sent NFL Twitter ablaze. Drafting Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. That was Andrew Berry's decision. The room froze. Haslam smiled, but there was something unspoken behind that grin. It wasn't a dismissal, it was a challenge, a nudge, a line in the sand. This wasn't just any pick. This was Shedeur Sanders, the son of Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, the media magnet, the Colorado headline machine, and now the rookie QB dropped into one of the NFL's most scrutinized franchises. And Hasslam made it clear, this was general manager Andrew Berry's move. The gamble no one saw coming. Leading up to the draft, Shedeur Sanders was the subject of endless speculation. Would he declare? Would he return to Colorado? Would his father's influence push him higher than his stock warranted, or scare GMs away? The Browns, surprisingly, kept quiet. No leaked interest. No workouts made public. Nothing to suggest that the team was even considering adding another young quarterback to a depth chart already carrying veterans and developing players. But in the 5th round, with most teams fishing for backup offensive linemen and special teams gunners, Berry turned in the card. Shedeur Sanders, QB, Colorado. The NFL world lit up.